This is the Stockwell Eldridge Show, giving you the real-time information you need to make educated decisions about buying and selling in the world-renowned Twin Cities. Now your hosts and real estate experts, Jason Stockwell and Dawn Eldridge.
Hello, Twin Cities. Today, this is the Eldridge Thrash Hovel Radio Hour.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I'm Dawn Eldridge with RE/MAX Results.
I am Casey Thrash with the Eldridge and Stockwell team of RE/MAX Results.
And Stephanie Havel, Wells Fargo Home Mortgage. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. We've got a great show for you. Jason has stood us up, so now you're dealing with the ladies today.
Right.
Which is always a good show.
Yep,
So,
absolutely.
I like Ladies' Day. I mean, hang out, it's Sunday. We can do the radio show. We can get some brunch.
Right.
I feel like you like football. I don't like football. I mean, I like football. I just don't watch it.
Oh, I have no clue.
Oh, okay.
I'm a total bandwagon fan. It's like, oh, the Vikings are playing. They're downtown. Okay, great, let's go. Woo, I'm all about the tailgate. And I'm like, what just happened? I don't know.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
And guys in tight white pants.
Yeah.
I like my tight
Well,
pants.
isn't Prince Charming in white pants, too? You know, the
Sure.
white pants from Cinderella. And
I feel like now men should understand that they should be wearing tight white pants. Just all the
Have I
time.
not seen Jimmy Fallon in his tight pants? That's good. Have you guys seen that?
I have. It's cute.
Yeah.
He's
cute. Yeah. So anyway, so what do we got? We got all kinds of stuff. We all have our data here. We're all prepared. So ladies' view on the market. How about that's what it is today?
Well,
From a woman's perspective.
Okay, well, this is from a woman, actually. Yes. Real estate news. According to the Real Estate News, home prices are down, yet existing home sales are slumping. Why? With mortgage rates lingering near historic lows and home prices retreating from their peak during summer, the busiest home buying time of the year, existing home sales should be skyrocketing, and yet they're not. And we've seen that in Minnesota. The market has definitely slowed down in all price points.
Yes.
Usually it's the upper echelon, 500 and over, but I've seen it in 200, 250.
And so slow down, you're meaning you're seeing just less activity on the houses or
Yeah.
less multiple offer? I mean, maybe that's...
All of the above.
Okay.
And less people putting their homes on the market.
Yes.
Okay.
that's
And is
it.
that a seasonal
Buyers.
thing typically? I mean, do people tend to not want to move? I mean, obviously in Minnesota, we don't want to move in the middle of winter, but I mean, I would think with all that we talk about in the low inventory that more people would be encouraged to put their homes on the market. So what do you think it is? Is it...
It could be something to do with the election. That's what I'm guessing. So this time last year, the upper echelon, anything over 500, really came to a screeching halt as of the end of July. Now, this month, we've seen that buyers aren't out as much. All of the showings have slowed down. People are waiting until spring to list now. I've had a couple of people that were going to list now, and they're not going to list until spring.
Well, and I think the parade of homes has been good too. I know I was out last weekend.
been
It was
crazy.
beautiful weather and a lot of opportunities. So hopefully, too, that will spur people because I can tell you from a lending perspective, interest rates are still really low at those historic lows. You know, there's a few dips in the market. We see some changes, but so many great opportunities. And we talk about all the time. And now is the time to get prepared because I think you will see more as the parade, people starting to, regain their interest and so forth. So,
Yeah, now school's started too, so hopefully
so now
we
moms and
see
dads,
that.
you have more time to come in and talk during the day while the kids are at school.
Yeah, but even so, I think when I skimmed that article that you were referencing, it says now that school has started, kind of that demographic of people who might have been looking during the summer. Well, now their kids are in school. They might not want to necessarily move them in the middle of the year. Things like that. They might be preparing to look for next year, but I mean, at the same time, no one wants to uproot their kids, especially if they're moving from a different school district or city or location. You might not necessarily want to move your kids in the middle of the year, which brings the activity down as well.
Well, I think I was going to say, in a way, maybe that's good news for us. I mean, we do connect with our pre-approval buyers every Friday. My team, we reach out to our customers and say, okay, hey, we're available this weekend. Our team, we're open on Saturdays and Sundays and so forth. But that's just a good reminder that, hey, maybe it's slowing down, less opportunity to get stuck in those multiple offers.
It is. It's an opportunity for buyers to say, you know what, there's not necessarily a lot of people looking at your house. There's not a lot of people out on the market right now. This home isn't moving. That it's an opportunity to say, all right, I'm gonna go find a house and I might be getting a deal.
And I know I'm not an accountant, but I think there is tax breaks, right? If you're looking for, get it in and close on your home in 2016, so you get the, tax breaks for the year.
Yeah, I've seen buyers negotiating a lot harder on listings right now because the listings have been sitting. They might have gotten on at the end of July, and huge price reductions
Yep.
on those listings.
Yeah. And that's one of the things to remember,
Yep.
too, as a seller, is that timing during the year of when you are going to be going on the market. Because, like you said, you have people who are waiting till next spring. There is low inventory, but at the same time, we are seeing this slowdown where you might not necessarily be getting the number that you want because of the time of the year. It's not always just going up, 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 up. There are plateaus and there are lulls throughout the year that you're going to see when you're looking at selling your home. And if you don't have to move right away, maybe don't. Mm-hmm. Wait.
Yeah, and homes sell year round. So,
Yes.
even though it's a little slower right now, we do expect that it's going to pick up hopefully by the end of this month. And then it'll slow down again right around the holidays. And then, boom, 2017, here we go.
Well, I was just reading in my, on the house, Wells Fargo newsletter that is sent out by me. And it's,
Do you write the content too?
I have a ghostwriter.
Okay.
All Wells Fargo approved. But it just says, it was actually just made me think about it. It just says, are you ready to sell? And I was just thinking, so weighing the pros and cons of selling your home. So we just talked about people are having, not as many listings coming on the market. What are some things, what are some pros and cons of listing your home in the fall or at this time of year? What are some pros and cons? Why should people put their house in the market now and potentially have to move in November, December versus springtime?
I think that we see a lot of people that are relocating out of state that are listing their houses right now. People that maybe they've already found the house that they want, and so they're putting it on the market. They didn't have to buy contingent on sale of home, or maybe it is contingent on sale of home, and they've got to get that house moved, which is where we're seeing more movement in that list price and in negotiations as well. A lot of people don't want their house to sit on the market through the winter. They don't want to deal with the sloppy snow coming in for showings. So it's really about the seller's motivation.
Okay.
And what's inspiring them to move that house. I'm seeing a lot of buyers too, which I got to send one over to your team. I was so excited about that.
Awesome.
And I learned something new about the home path track.
My home roadmap.
Yeah, that was great. And so I had a buyer that called, and she hadn't spoken to a loan officer, and she didn't know what her credit was. She knew it wasn't the best, and she needed to figure out how to bring it up so that she could buy. So she's on a 6-month track, and I just thought that was fantastic. So even if you're not ready as a buyer, talk with a great loan officer, and Wells Fargo has such great programs for first-time home buyers, move-up buyers,
Right.
people that aren't quite ready. What a great free thing
and
to
thanks for
offer,
bringing that
too.
up. Yeah, and it's the My Home Roadmap program, and so talking about are you ready to sell? Which also means, you have to move. And so are you ready? Because you own a home doesn't mean are you ready to buy your next home? And some people may have had credit challenges living in their home or income challenges. I think the unemployment, things we've recovered and so forth. But the My Home Roadmap is a great program. So maybe if you're thinking you do want to move, maybe in 3 or 6 months, we get a lot of, I'm getting married and then we want to buy a house, after we get married. Or I always get a big tax refund in April. So I'm going to wait till April so that I have a down payment. Well, let's get you ready now. So the My Home Roadmap program is we offer you 2 free hours of credit counseling from a nonprofit agency. So you come in, it's totally free. You don't have to be a Wells Fargo customer to take advantage of it. So you sign up for the program and you're going to get a series of emails about steps that you have to take in the process to prepare you for home ownership. And they'll also work with you if you have any credit challenges or anything like that. So it's separate from Wells Fargo. They just work with you on a credit basis. So learning if you need to pay off certain debts or maybe you need to start putting money in savings. They don't tell you what to pay or how much to pay or we're going to get this off your credit. It's credit counseling. So it really just helps you understand, if you paid a little bit off on this card, that might help increase your score. Or some people need to establish credit. Maybe they don't have any credit cards, and a lot of people believe in cash, which can be good, but it can also hurt you. So I know Jason and I always talked about, we did that Dave Ramsey show, and they talk about, Dave, doesn't believe in credit cards, but unfortunately in the housing market, in mortgage world, you do need some credit. So maybe it's renting or getting that debit card or that gas credit card or department store credit card and so forth. So so the My Home Roadmap is great. You can call me or step into any Wells Fargo and talk to a mortgage consultant. It's just called My Home Roadmap, and it's a completely free service for anybody that wants to get prepared for home ownership. And you do not have to be a Wells Fargo customer. We're not going to ask you to open up any accounts or do anything like that. So.
Wow, that's really nice.
Yeah, yep, it's great. Just another way, our goal is, obviously mortgage lending. We want to help people with home ownership. So it's just something, just a way we can give back to the community and help out with home ownership.
And then people that are selling their house, if they have questions, can they still do that?
Oh, absolutely. You don't have to be a first-time home buyer. Because like I said, there could be people who they've owned a home, but maybe they've had some job loss or some credit issues or income issues, and that's why they can't list their home, because they can't qualify for a new purchase. So maybe we, go get them through this program, help them out, and then, okay, now in 6 months in the springtime, you will be able to list. So there's definitely good things to consider, the pros and cons of, getting ready to buy. I was just looking at.
Well, and the other nice thing about that is if you are a seller and you're going to use the
My Home Roadmap?
My Home Roadmap. Yeah, okay. That's a tongue twister. All right.
My Home
Say it 3 times super fast.
Yeah.
That also gives you time to get your house ready. So if you have painting to do or some little touch-ups, because that's key in order to get the most for your house. And it's really smart to talk with an agent and find out, what should you do? Where are you going to get your money back? Where will you recoup your money? Where is your money lost before you sell your house? Because I've seen a lot of sellers put money into things that wouldn't get the bang for their buck.
We get people that ask us on refinances. I'm like, have you made any improvements to the home? They're like, yeah, got some new curtains and did a little painting. I'm like, okay, that's, but I don't know, although that's really not going to add a lot of value to their home since they bought it, a year or 2 years ago. I mean, it's great for aesthetics, but as far as home value, maybe we can talk about that in a little bit too, I think that's really good stuff to know. Because me as an average, because I don't know if I were to sell my house, I think it's just fine. I like it, but that's me. Yeah. So I don't know what would appeal to other people or what needs to get done.
Yeah, I agree. And I think also when you've lived in your house for a while, you don't recognize or see the things that may need improvement.
Yes, I have a story about that. We can talk about it when we come back.
Great. All right, thanks for listening. This is Dawn Eldridge with RE/MAX Results.
This is Casey Thrash with the Eldridge and Stockwell team of RE/MAX Results.
And Stephanie Havel, Wells Fargo Mortgage. And check out our Facebook page on the Stockwell Eldridge page on Facebook.
Thanks for listening.
It's a beautiful day.